Good morning, brothers.
Good morning. Good morning.
Today I want to start with a simple question. My brothers, do you love me? It's a simple question but not easy to answer. I know it. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit more details to this question. Do you love me with your heart? Hey Joe, like last night. Say something. What's the difference between the two, the first and the second question? Only one phrase, with your heart. Before I open the Constitution, chapter 4, prayer section 53, I asked myself about what is the definition of prayer for me? What is my own definition? What is prayer? How important it is in my life and for my life? When I was a novice, not a few years ago, but just a few months ago, the novice master or steward always asked us, stop, just stop. Stop and be aware of and be attentive to what you are seeing and what you are listening now. Stop and listen to your heart. Listen to what your heart is talking to you and what the beauty of nature is talking to you as well. Have you ever really stopped to take in this breathtaking, beautiful autumn staying with us now? Or this beautiful and gorgeous season taken into our heart and echoing our heart? Not for the backdrops while we are listening to the music with earphones, or not just for taking a picture with the colorful foliages. For me, the first step of the prayer is stop whatever I'm doing. Just stop. Nowadays, do we think we really know how to stop, to take in and listen to the beauty of nature God created for us, and let our hearts go on with it? When we genuinely stop, we can see what that really is, what our hearts really wanted to talk about. In Catechism Part 4, Christian Prayer, Section 1, we can find there what the heart is. The heart is the dwelling place where I am, where I live. According to biblical expression, the heart is the place to which I withdraw. It is the place of truth where we choose life or death. It is the place of encounter because as image of God we live in relation. It is the place of covenant. Our Constitution, chapter 3, our life of prayer starts with listen to the voice of God speaking to his heart, and goes on, God speaks to us in many ways, in all creatures, in the signs of the times, in the lives of people, in our hearts, and above all, through his words in the history of salvation. In this passage, the section 53 is already mentioned. God speaks to us through his word in the history of salvation. In 2016, when I was 38, building up the process of my conversion to decide to be a religious man, I was dreaming a life which always says about love of God and the profound words from the scriptures, in spite of saying about gourmet food, muscular looking and fastest cars, and trendy clothes. Now I'm asking to myself, as a brother living with the vow, how often do I say and share God's word and communicate with people professing the words of scriptures? When I said about music with joy, I was a musician. When I confidently said about wine, I was a sommelier. When I jealously said about flowers, I was a florist. Now again, I want to ask to myself, joyfully, confidently, jealously, am I professing the God's word with my heart, as St. Francis did? Because what we are saying is really important to understand who really are, who we really are. In this chapter, we really have to ponder how to make our prayer alive in our lives, in the unity of God. Not just make our prayer alive, but alive in our lives. This chapter's name is not just prayer, but our life of prayer. Just like the question I asked you at the beginning, do you love me? Or do you love me with your heart? Standing at the intersection next to the building of the Aquinas Hall on campus, surrounded by absolutely beautiful trees and crisp air, at that moment, I want to stop to listen to my heart. Stop thinking about my tasks and my papers. Stop thinking why I'm annoyed by some brothers. Whatever things are occupying my mind, so I want to stop to listen to my heart and rejoice at that moment at creatures God has given to us with God's word, as St. Francis did. In the chapel, during the prayer and meditation, same thing happens. Instead of beautiful colored tree, in the magic of autumn outside, we have another beautiful tree, the tree of salvation. Can we joyfully rejoice in the unity of the tree of salvation with God's word, the words from scriptures? If we can do that as much as we can hear the voice from our heart, the question Jesus fervently asked to us, do you love me with your heart? Amen.